Hello, everybody. Aaron Prime 117 here, and welcome back to the second surprise movie review of the other two movies that I forgot. So now I'm gonna feel a little upset about this because I'm really hoping the leader of the Autobots does not come after me for this. But here it is. The second movie review that I missed out of the last group was Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Now, how do I start this? Well, Rise of the Beast was a very good production, and not to mention, it was good to see Peter McCullough again voicing Optimus, which, of course, we all know he's the best live action and voice actor for Optimus. And what else? Well, it was good to see Terracons actually, and the Maximals too, who, though everything was pretty sweet as well. But also, it was very impressive to see Unicron finally in whole, because ever since Unicron's mentioning in the Michael Bay movie, The Last Night, well, I was hoping for more to go on after that, but it wasn't. But now that Unicron finally was introduced, it was really cool, though. Because the power he gave to the Terracons, Scourge and his other two minions, or was it three, though? Whatever it was, though, it was very interesting, though, because they were actually tougher than the Autobots were, but, like, everything that was playing out, it was just like one surprise after another and all. But of course, now moving a little on though, as we all know, the story revolves around a teen named Noah who's trying to help his brother out and his mother. But like when he meets the Autobots though, of course, the funny thing is him meeting Mirage compared to how Sam met Bumblebee a while back. That was all pretty interesting, though. But of course, when the Autobots finally made their appearance, there was pretty slick, though. But of course, Optimus's little change in personality, though, that was pretty slick, though, saying how they were not supposed to have any contact with the humans like this. And when he told Mirage, you were supposed to remain, what was it? In hiding or incognito, I believe. I don't know. If any of you remember what that line was sound it off in the comments. But man, after seeing that movie and every bit of action in it though, there was a lot to go down and all. And like looking after the warp key and all, searching for that key. The transwarp key, yeah, that's what it was called. Well, searching for that relic to help bring back and go back to Cybertron and all. It was really interesting and all. And when they first fought the Terracons and the Hans outside that museum and all, because they had Noah helping them to get it, and also a teenage girl named Elena, I believe. It was pretty slick, though, but like every attack Optimus and his team threw at Scourge and his other minions, and it was like nothing was working and all. And then like, after all that and all, when Optimus collided with Scourge, and Scourge was holding him down easily. I liked how Optimus said this. Impossible! Hold on. And then like then Scourge says his line, I just love how another weak entity he faces is a much more powerful one who's granted the power under who serves Unicron. I can't remember if that's how Scourge actually said it though, but if anyone also remembers that line, sound off in the comments. But still, that was all really nice and all, though. But still, at least they gave a little bit of update on the weaponry and all, and some of the attacks they were using. But I can't be for sure that if Optimus was more flexible, though, than normal. But of course, that's how it went. And also, then came Bumblebee getting blasted, though. Bumblebee losing his life in that format, though. Oh, at least he wasn't fully dead, though, or maybe he was, though. But there was a way to save him, though. But I won't go too far into that. Now, going after the transwarp key, it was pretty funny, though, how Scourge only found out he only had half the key, though, because then Unicron actually, he tortured him and all. That was really nice. Yes, though, because, like, knowing Unicron's power and all, though, and what he's like and all, the bringer of chaos, that was, like, extreme and all. No, but it feels like I don't know. Would it probably feel like Unicron is probably like the devil and all, and then like inserts his power and all, and tortures his subjects and all with like a power similar to that of the dark side of the Force, like similar to a chokehold, or like basically being gripped and all. It was funny to look at that happening to Scourge. But of course, now we move on a little further and all, like, but before I go a little further and all, let's go a little bit into the Maximals. They're actually really interesting and all because, like, I only know of basic Transformers and vehicles, though, and I didn't learn more about transforming animals until later on, though. But as I recall, a while back as a child, I remember one of the trilogy series in the Unicron trilogy involved Transformers. There's a few different kinds, and beasts were actually part of it. Ones where they could transform into animals and then have a bot form. Comparing that to the Maximals in this setup, it was pretty cool and all, because, like, how do I put it like this? Imagine an animal that transforms into a robot, into a regular robot. How much bigger can it get? Now, if anyone remembers the name of that leader of the Maximals, those who stood up to Scourge before he died, sound him off in the comments. Man, I'm saying sound off in the comments more times than normal, don't I? But now, like, as we get into them a little further, here's who they are a little bit. We've got Rhinox, who's a rhino, Airazor, who I believe is a falcon, or an eagle, or a sparrow. I can't remember for sure. And then there's also Cheetor, who's a cheetah, pretty fast and agile. And then, of course, we have the leader, who's a gorilla, Optimus Primal. Now, if you remember in the scene when the Maximals met the Autobots, and when Optimus rephrase that. When the Maximals met the Autobots, that was a pretty interesting when Optimus Primal appeared, confronting Noah and Elena. He was like this, "Who are you, and why are you hunting for the key?" That had me laughing. And of course, Mirage has to show up, and of course, he had used the funniest line with the funniest name to bring it up with. And he's like this, "Yo, Donkey Kong, hands off my pals!" I'm pretty sure, I know he said Donkey Kong, though, but I can't remember if that's what he said, hands off and all, but that was really funny, though. And then you got Cheetor showing up, pouncing on Mirage. That was funny, and then comes the other two. And then there's Rhinox. And it's like a standoff until Optimus shows up. And he's like this, "Stand down!" Jumps over Rhinox and points his arm cannon at his arm blaster at Primal. And all. And I also liked how he said this, "I will not ask a second time." And then Airazor shows up, and then everything becomes calm and more clear. And all. After all that and all, it was pretty cool and all. Of course, the fight that took place before that, though when Optimus fought Scourge on the high road and all, that was pretty good, though, at least. It kind of, the way Scourge jumped at Optimus, though, it kind of reminded me of Skull Crusher, or jumping at Optimus on the expressway in the first Transformers movie, and when they both like rolled over and then fell off the bridge. Of course, we all know how that fight went, but this one was a little different, though. And then came that little line that said that when Scourge says, "I like your fire, Prime, but you're going to die on this speck of dust." And then when Optimus says, "I could think of no better place to bury you," and then they charge at each other. I was laughing at that line, though. Two great entities, a Prime and a leader Terracon, going at it like that. Those lines were just pretty cool, though. Heck, I might even use Optimus's line, "I can think of no better place to bury you," in some other video game plays, maybe. Maybe in a couple of other Transformer games, or maybe be some other boss fight moments. Or maybe battling other enemies and all. But still, pretty good and all, though. And who all was pretty impressed with Airazor's fire air attack. That was pretty slick. Now, further on though, after everything that's happened and all, we all saw how Scourge had got an Airazor, but somehow his attack actually like started taking control of her though. And in the end, Primal had no choice but to stop up Airazor by killing her because she couldn't fight the power anymore. That was all pretty sad and all though, because like losing a close friend and all really hit hard. And then they had to plan their attack against Scourge to stop Unicron, because they had lost both pieces of the warp key. But still, planning the last attack was pretty good though, because like where it was taking place and all, it felt like, I don't know. No, I've seen many final battles take place on various terrains and various setups though. But the way it was for the Autobots and the Maximals fighting Scourge and the others, pretty slick. Now, moving into how the battle begins, I liked how Optimus appeared on the cliffside, and then so did Optimus Primal. Well, and the rest of the Autobots and the Maximals, those were joined up. Oh, before I go any further, if you all remember Stratosphere, that plane that was transporting them though, I don't know why some thought he was pretty lame though, but I thought he was kind of funny in some way. But also, knowing where Bumblebee was, how he was laying on a slab though, just fast asleep and all until he could be woken up. Oh, but still, he needed some kind of like energon on activation to bring him back to life. Pretty interesting, pretty good and slick though. But now moving into the final battle. As I said, the Autobots and Maximals up on the cliffside together. That kind of reminds me of some moments with the Ninja Turtles actually, and back in the CW4 Kids franchise where they were getting ready for a fight like that. But still, I just also love how then Primal and Prime then team their lineup with Maximals and Autobots, and then say, "Roll out!" and charging down the hillside, had to go after Scourge. And then came an army of miniature Terracons plus Scourge's other two henchmen. And the fight then began and all though, and I just loved how Primal shouted, "Rhinox, Cheetor, maximize!" And they transformed actually into walking robots instead. But that was pretty cool though too. Though I would have thought they were just gonna fight as animals though. But it was really awesome though. And the fight even began though, the Autobots, Maximals fighting an army and all. I've actually had dreams with that kind of stuff and all though. In tough combat and all. Slashing enemies down like that and all though, and knocking them down and all. Heck, if I could say this much, my best friend and I actually make a good Autobot tag team actually. Of course, I take on the line of Prime, and he takes on the line of Sidekick. But of course, it's more like Optimus and Bumblebee, two close friends. Am I right? But of course, now moving on further though, we see how Mirage confronts Scourge a little bit with Noah and Elena. But then, if you also remember what happened to Mirage though after that though, how he made a small sacrifice, and how his armor became, sorry about that, how it merged with Noah. How cool would it be for a human being to have armor like that and fire just like a transformer actually, where the blasts are actually pretty strong, and you got all that agility and all too. Pretty slick stuff and all. And even with Scourge looking at Noah thinking he that he probably would think he was stupid to think he could take him on alone. And then there's Optimus showing up just like that and saying this: "He is not alone." That was pretty awesome and all. And then charging up at Scourge like that, blasting him and all. I couldn't think of a better way to go and all. Heck, imagine a scenario like this in a dream. You're with your best friend and all, and then you merge with an Autobot partner with its armor, and then then someone else joins up with you, in bot form, and you're taking on a tough enemy. How would you feel about that? That in a dream, or actually in a movie itself? 2-on-1, human and bigger sidekick, facing on a tough enemy. Pretty tough stuff, though, and fun too. But of course, how it all goes then. Well, and then comes the moment that everybody loves. After the energon wave that's spread out over the land and all, and we have the return of you-know-who coming out of Stratosphere here, playing in that tune, Mama Gonna Knock You Out. Yeah, that moment with Bumblebee was really awesome. I've actually imagined myself with that same music playing, jumping in and returning, and all to kick butt, and all jumping out of a plane, blasting and all those probes and everything, and then blasting to the ground below. It's all so epic and slick, especially for Bumblebee. Yeah, just like how he's saying, Mama's gonna knock you out. Mama's gonna knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama's gonna knock you out. Bam. And Bumblebee, he stabs one of Scourge's henchmen that came after him in the sky. And that one explodes, falls to the ground. And then there's Bumblebee like this. I have come here to kick you know what. I probably should. I would say the word though, but I think I've said more than enough on that lines, though. But still. But you know how it is, though. Good to have Bumblebee back and all, isn't it? And then moving on now, Optimus is finally able to face Scourge one-on-one, though. And it all goes pretty well too. Everything that plays out and all. Just when I'm about to shut down the warp gate too, and all. I actually found it weird for Scourge and all, though, to be like this. And all. He's like just as Lane's about to shut the bridge down and all, while the Maximals are providing cover for her. He's like this. No! Knocks Optimus back, and he's like, Unicron will prevail! And then blows the control panel. I was like, talk about how stupid and crass. Even after seeing Optimus say this, though, you will never see Unicron take this world. And all like that and all, though they were determined. But of course, the best line that came in after that was after Optimus said this, I've had enough, and then cuts off Scourge's arms. And then jabs him hard into the face. And he's like this, time to show you the real power of a Prime. And yanks his head off so hard and all. That line was actually my favorite line though, because I've said that same line in my own fantasies too. Heck, I might just say that also in final moments when facing enemy bosses and all. After all, my name is Aaron Prime 117. Prime is an Optimus, and I'll just say that. Time to who are some good battles I could say that in? I don't know, but I'll come across them eventually, though. But as I'm wrapping this up, though, we all know how it all goes for a sacrifice, though, after killing the enemy, though, but there's no way to stop the coming threat unless someone is willing to make a sacrifice. And, of course, it had to be Optimus. A bit of a letdown, though, for it, though, but still. He chose to destroy the warp key, trapping Unicron between dimensions. Or between worlds, which was pretty cool and all. Even though Unicron did try to reason with Prime, saying this, don't, Prime, I can give you anything you'd want. And then Optimus puts on his battle mask, or visor, whatever that thing is called that covers Optimus's face like that. If anyone knows what that's really called, post it in the comments, though. But I like how he did that and said this, then die! And jammed the warp key and destroyed it, causing an explosion to rift in a time warp rift to open up with a vortex sucking everything in. And Optimus was about to be sucked in until Noah saved him, though, first. He was saying, till all are one, trying to, even though it looked like he wasn't going to make it. But then there's Primal was showing up, grabbing Optimus. And even he says, till all are one, roars and pulls Optimus down onto the ground. And Optimus grabs Noah and transforms, and they quickly head for safety and all. And then, like, escaping in the entire disaster as the warp gate closes, with everything being sucked in and all. And Unicron is, they thought it would be the end of Unicron, but it wasn't, since he was only trapped between worlds, though. And without Scourge or his henchmen, it will be a while till anyone could find a way to get him back. But in the end, Unicron is trapped, and the Autobots and Maximals had succeeded. But there will be a time where they might team up again. Who knows? And that's when everyone went home. The movie was like full of surprises and so much and all. I could not have expected much more and all. Especially like the ending with Noah. But I won't say any more on that, because I'm pretty sure everyone remembers what happened. But still, you all know how it goes. When it comes to the Autobots, till all are one. And that is one of Optimus's best lines, especially back in the Unicron trilogy. But still, hell, I love the Transformers no matter what. I don't care what the bad critics say, hey, or what those tough ones always say about everything else. The movie entertained me. I liked it. Really slick and all. Well, and still, who knows what else could be coming out down the road for Transformers and everything else and all that's happened as well. So, you know how it is, everyone. Choose your sides. Autobot, Decepticon, Terracon, Maximal, whatever. And all. As long as you make the right decision, though. Because if not, you reap what you sowed. But you know how it goes. Anyway, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this other movie review surprise. And also, remember, I've got a whole lot more coming, so I hope you enjoyed this one and enjoy the rest of what I post. Stay tuned, everyone. There's going to be more coming down the road soon, and I will see you all in the next video. So stay tuned, everybody, and remember, till all are one. See you all soon. Aaron Prime 117 signing off.